we have people contacting us telling how they understand and and I feel bad that we're going through this nonsense, but this is what you got to go through in business. Eventually, you're going to deal with people at the end of the day that do not act like adults. They want to carry on. They want to act up. They want to be fools at the end of the day. Well, I'm not going to play your game. I'm going to take you to court, and I'm going to prosecute you. That's what's going to happen. So for the fellow Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, guess what popped up in our email? This is a response back for the post office mail fraud charges. Now they're asking for additional information. This is information where we start sending them video documents on basically the what's the paint we got? We mixed the Frankenstein and the Cinemax, which I need to find that document right now. So let me see. I gotta print all that up. I'll take it easy. So yes, they reached out to us. It is on. It begins now. You're going to get 20 years, my friend. I told you it's coming. I warned you already. Got 2 of these charges coming up. They just contacted us. Right there. Sorry. Ah, there we go. Right there, buddy. It's on. I told you it's coming. That 2024 is going to be a complete nightmare for you. I don't got time for these. You guys want to do threats and all that stuff? I ain't got time for that nonsense. I got a company to run. I got business to take care of. How I handle it is take you to court and prosecute you. That's how I handle my business. And that's where it's going to. These agencies are all linked together. They're going to start finding out that you're popping up in multiple agencies for all different kinds of crimes. Now you become a person of interest. And that's the last thing you want to come to in the United States government. You have 2, now we're about to go in and activate, get ready to start for the accounts for the CCB. That involves the government also too. The FBI, because that's where your criminal cases are now in. They all now are linking back and forth between the Allentown detectives unit and the FBI are now back and forth talking about you at the end of the day. And this is a response back from the United States Postal Service for post office mail fraud, which we have enough evidence to literally choke a freaking horse. We have Jamie Fernando Gonzalez face on the receipts with tracking numbers showing that we did purchase this product from him. On top of that, an unboxing video that was done live and dated all around the same time when all this fraud was committed by you. Also, your name, signature signed all over the packages. Clearly showing you ripped this off. And on top of that, even more incriminating, we recorded the shopping cart and even PayPal has confirmed that you committed the fraud. It's a 20-year prison sentence with $1 million fine. And you got 2 of these we filed against you. One for the Cinemax coming with black paint, and now the other one with the Frankenstein. On top of that, keep in mind, you made money off a company without paying out royalties. That was told to them. You got to pay that money back. They're going to contact whoever is involved with owning the rights to Frankenstein and let them know who you are and you've been making money. And what they're going to do is they're going to have their lawyers dig into your PayPal account and see how far it goes back, how much of this stuff you sold, how much money you made off their name, and they're going to want retribution. They're going to want their money. I warn you, at the end of the day, about messing with Christians. I told you you're going to have all kinds of problems. You want to follow Satan at the end of the day? You want to do Satan's bidding? You want to come against a Christian? The outcome will not be good. You're about to go through a world of pain, my friend. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you something, Jamie. This is what I believe, Jamie. I believe that once you go through this trial that you're going to have to go through in life, and it's going to be a bad one. I'm praying for you, Jamie. You know what I'm praying for you about, Jamie? I'm praying that you get through this. You have to go through this because there's no other way. I have tried everything again. It took me years to come to this point because I tried everything in my power to try to look in a different direction. Maybe you'll forget me. Maybe you'll go in a different direction, but you wouldn't let go. So now you forced my hand to do this. I told you I didn't want to file these charges. I didn't want this to go through because I knew what was going to happen. I've been through the system already. I know what it's like. It's not a pretty place to be at. You're lucky if you survive it. You're lucky if you get out. I became a Christian man when I got locked up. And the Lord guided me through that whole situation, allowed me to get out of a situation where I was facing 40 to 80 years in prison, and I only ended up doing 8 years and 9 months. And I was able to be let free on the streets. Became a Christian after that. I became a Christian when I was locked up. Hopefully, you become a Christian too. Hopefully, through what you're going to go through in life, that you will basically turn to God. Because if you don't, and you turn to the devil, you won't make it out of there alive. I guarantee you. There are lots of demons in that place. A lot of demons, and they're far worse nightmares than you've ever seen in your entire life. And they're all watching you all day, every day. And you need the Lord to have your back. So while you go through this situation, I will pray that God protects you while you have to go through this. But keep in mind, I have to follow through on this because you don't listen. You don't want to listen. And you forced my hand. When it got to a point that I prayed about the Lord about going through this process of following these paperwork and these documents against you, I sat there and told the Lord, I don't want him to go through this because it's going to be pretty bad. Even for a person that you're attacking every day, you're calling a scammer, you're calling trash, you're posting, I pray to the Lord and ask him, I don't want to put this on you, but it has to be done. There's a purpose for all things. There's a purpose why I had to go through the prison system, because I became a better man when I came out of it. And maybe this will make you a better man. Who knows? You might become one of God's great apostles. You never know that, because God sometimes takes the worst of the worst human being that you could ever be and turn it into something beautiful. And maybe this is your destiny. Maybe you have to go through this. So I'm not going to stand in the way of destiny. It has to be done. You keep thinking I'm doing this for revenge. Jamie, if this was about revenge, I could call family. And you could be taken care of just like that. That fast, that easy. I can get you taken out. If it was about revenge, it has nothing to do with revenge at all, period. I do this because I'm trying to do things on a mature level. I'm trying to do things as how adults handle business. I don't have time to make puppet heads of people and have them dancing around on screens. I don't have time to be hitting someone's account with 80 and 30 email and all that. I don't have time for that nonsense at all, period. I'm trying to run a company. I'm trying to do things the correct way. If I have a problem with you, I will take you to court and let a judge handle it. That's how adults do things. Unfortunately, you did too much. Too much. And you're looking at very serious jail time here. You can get a lawyer, but the only thing a lawyer is going to do is try to soften the blow, but you are going to do some kind of time. And you're going to get hit with fines that you cannot pay. You're going to be in debt. You have destroyed your life. All you had to do with the post office fraud was just send me back the money. You've been doing it. You've been sending me back the money, but you had to get funny and send me some nonsense committing fraud. Listen to the devil. He told you to do all this. You listened to him. And now look at the situation you got yourself into. Satan will sit there and coach you and tell you what to do with a big old smile on his face. And he'll say, go over there and attack that a Christian over there. And God will say, it's not going to happen. But he'll believe that. He'll make you believe something's going to happen. And then Satan will sit there and kick that chair from right underneath of you. And as you're strangling to death on that rope, you turn around, he's looking right at you with a big old smile on his face. You were stupid to believe me, to think that I had your back all that time. Now, if God has a purpose for you, he'll cut that rope. And hopefully you learn from that experience and become a better person. And that's what I'm hoping. You learn through this process, you become a better person. It's not a good day for me, Jamie. It's a very sad day for me. I don't want anyone to go through what I went through. But unfortunately, you're going to have to go through it. I hope God has mercy on you, my friend. You're going to need it. Goodbye, people. I got things to do.